One chilly autumn evening, Emma Carter and Ben Thompson decided to uncover the source of the whispers that had haunted their town for weeks. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they ventured out to Blackwood Manor. The manor stood ominously at the edge of town, its shadow stretching across the empty fields like a long, dark hand. As they approached the entrance, the air grew colder. Emma shivered, but Ben, with his usual grin, pushed the door open. It creaked loudly, echoing through the empty halls. Inside, the manor was even more eerie. Dust covered every surface, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling like ghostly curtains. Suddenly, they heard it. The whispers. Faint at first, like the rustling of leaves, but growing louder. Emma and Ben followed the sound up the grand staircase, their footsteps echoing through the stillness. At the top, they found a room with an old wooden door slightly ajar. Inside the room, they saw an old portrait of a family. A woman with sharp blue eyes, a man with hazel eyes, and a young girl who looked remarkably like Emma. As they stared at the portrait, Mrs. Abigail Hargrave appeared in the doorway, startling them. Mrs. Hargrave revealed that the manor had once belonged to her family. She told them the whispers were the voices of those who had lived there, trapped between worlds. She explained that a great tragedy had occurred many years ago. A fire had destroyed much of the manor, and her family had perished. The spirits had been restless ever since, unable to move on. Emma noticed a journal on the old table, its cover worn and faded. She picked it up and began to read. It was the diary of her great-grandmother, who had lived in the manor long ago. The entries told of a hidden room in the manor, a place where secrets were kept. Ben, ever the explorer, found a loose floorboard. Underneath, they discovered a small hidden door. Inside was a tiny room filled with old letters and a box. The whispers grew louder, almost desperate. Emma opened the box and found a locket with a picture of a young girl, her great-grandmother. Mrs. Hargrave explained that the girl had been her sister, who had vanished the night of the fire. Her spirit had been trapped in the manor ever since. Emma held the locket tight, feeling a connection to her ancestor. The whispers softened, turning into a gentle hum. Realizing what they needed to do, Emma and Ben decided to bury the locket in the manor's garden. As they did, a soft breeze swept through the trees, and the whispers faded away, leaving only the sound of the wind. Thomas Green, the town historian who had followed them, appeared and thanked them for freeing the spirits. He had known about the whispers, but had been too afraid to confront them himself. He promised to help Emma learn more about her family's past. As they left the manor, the air felt lighter, the darkness less oppressive. The townspeople noticed that the whispers had stopped. Emma and Ben knew they had discovered something extraordinary, a secret that had been hidden in the dark for too long. And so, the story of Blackwood Manor and the whispers in the dark came to an end. But Emma and Ben knew there were more mysteries in the world waiting to be uncovered. The story ends here.